Hi, welcome to the Yellow Improvers lesson for the forehand. In this session what we're going to do is sort of just have a quick overview of things that we should be doing already and sort of adding in sort of a third component which will be developing our shots. So with the technique, how we split the technique is into three main sections. We've got the racket work, body work and footwork. So we're going to have a quick just overview again of the sort of racket work and body work. We're just going to have a little bit sort of more in depth about the sort of footwork and then how the body work uses from there. So quick sort of overview sort of to start with the sort of forehand is what we'll be looking for all our yellow improvers is to sort of have a loop to start with. So we're coming out with the hands, two hands on the racket, good space to the side, dropping our racket face below behind us before we brush up the ball, finish around with two hands, elbow high, finishing over our shoulder. So the racket work, that's what we're looking for, just making sure we're closing the racket, so that's what's going to help us brush the ball up as we play the shot. The body work, just a reminder with the body work is at the back of our loop, so we've turned with our body to start with, so we've got what's called a unit turn here, pairing with the body. As we swing forwards, we're using the lower half to bring the body forwards, shoulders is what brings it round. So we've got sort of a unit turn, so we're sort of turning our body, using our lower half to come forwards, turning shoulders to think through. So that's what I hope most of us are doing already, but if you're not, just practice that to sort of get yourself up to speed with that part of the technique. With the sort of the footwork now and the body work, what we're looking at is how to create more power. Okay, so what I often like with our sort of yellow improvers is to sort of build on our strengths, creating a stronger shot, which will obviously help us in points too. So what we're sort of looking for sort of today is the use of sort of our feet and transfer of weight. So with our sort of practice shots now, the power always comes from the right foot on the forehand. So with our sideways on stance, we'll practice, rather than just being sideways on, we're practicing turning, stepping in to the shot. Now, when we're sort of starting to use sort of more power, we go from what I call like a static footwork pattern to a dynamic. Static is, as I'm sort of playing the shot, my feet to my neutral position here, finish in the same spot. So when I finish in the same spot, that's a static dynamic, static pattern. We're looking more at the dynamic patterns now. So the dynamic pattern, what we got is we're sort of stepping into it and finishing with our foot through. This is called a front pivot step. So this is where the ball's coming down the middle, coming in. A front pivot is what we're sort of looking for with this one. Other ones that we're sort of going to be practicing is from a semi-open stance. Okay, so when you're under a bit of more time pressure or pushed a little bit wider, we haven't got time to be sideways on, so we play in a semi-open stance. This means that it's sort of halfway between neutral and open, which is sort of facing sort of straight forwards. And what we've got is a couple of sort of dynamic patterns we can practice from here. So if I've got myself into a semi-open stance, I can use my legs, so I'm loading for finishing, bringing the foot through. This is often I use this one where it's sort of coming sort of a bit fast sort of down the middle and I'm loading, coming back, hitting through. When I'm pushed back, so the ball's sort of a bit bouncier, I'm going backwards as I play it, I'll be moving back, semi-open stance again, but this time finishing sort of going backwards. I do this one where I'm under pressure, so when the ball's coming onto you and you feel yourself going back a little bit, it just helps keep the ball in front of you more and still allows you to use your body. We've then got wider balls, so on the wider ones where we're sort of moving across for the shot, we'll be coming from an open stance. Now from here, depending on the speed you're moving to the ball and how much momentum you've got as you've got there, we've got a couple of different variations. We've got sort of one where we sort of hit and hold, so we haven't got as much sort of movement, but again you can see me going from here to here. When we're moving faster, we then sort of come into sort of a more sort of flow step sort of movement. So again, depending on the speed, so the left foot won't take over and it'll just stay here. When we're going faster, what will happen is the left foot will go past as we sort of play the shot. What we sort of want from you guys this week is to practice these different footwork patterns, so you can sort of practice it with the swing, with the different ones. So just going through that again, we've got the sort of pivot step on the neutral stance, so we're practicing getting that step in first, so always with the sort of loop as well, stepping in, pivot through. We've got the sort of semi-open stance where we're sort of coming here and finishing, sort of getting a sort of good turn with the body. We've got the semi-open stance where we're sort of being pushed back a little bit more. So with this one, practice almost sort of moving a couple of steps back as you come. And again, good sort of dynamic movement. And we've got the open stances where we sort of move across here. And again, always sort of practicing that sort of knee bend, that low. So you really feel yourself coming down in here, using the body more and generating more from the legs. Really important, the better you get, we're generating a lot more from the legs, less from the upper half. So those are your practices this week. Quick riddle for you guys, see if anyone can work this one out. I am taken from a mine and shut up in a wooden case, from which I am never released, and yet I am used by almost everybody. What am I? So see if any of you guys can work that one out this week and come up with the answer. Okay guys, see you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.